following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
Coming up on this week's edition of Ravens Report, the Ravens kick off their AFC North schedule this week against the Browns. We go all access to last week's AFC showdown in Kansas City. Plus, Ravens coaches and players hit the streets around Baltimore on Monday as part of the team's Huddle for 100 Day of Service. All of that and more on this week's Ravens Report.
15-10-5, touchdown Ravens! They're dancing in the aisles. Oh, what a scene we have at M&T.
Ravens on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hey everyone, welcome to Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Erin Hawksworth. After a tough loss in Kansas City, the Ravens returned to Baltimore this week to begin a stretch of 3 straight games in the AFC North. Up first, Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham Jr., and the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Browns were a trendy Super Bowl pick at the beginning of the season, but now they're 1-2. However, Cleveland is still a dangerous squad. Plus, Ravens-Browns games, they're always close, no matter the records. Defensive tackle Brandon Williams has plenty of experience playing Cleveland, and as one of the defensive leaders, Brandon will help shape the team's message heading into this week's game against the Browns. Here's Brandon Williams with Evan Washburn.
Chiefs get a first down. The Ravens cannot stop the clock, and KC will run out the clock from here.
How can last week's game performance tape provide you guys with not just motivation, but something to work on as you try and grab a really critical game here?
Well, I mean, you got to look at it and kind of like what they run and what we didn't do well last week. So you got to take what we didn't do last week, work on it today, like in practice, and then see what they do, what we just did in meetings, and kind of, all right, this is what they could do. This is maybe the copycat offense that they could do, and then work on everything.
Division game coming up this week, and Harbaugh often makes the reference that a win here can count as 2. Give us a sense of the value of these games, even when we're this early in the season.
I mean, divisional game, I mean, we're the Kings of the North, and we're going to keep that title. So biggest thing is this next coming up stretch of games. We got the Browns, we got Steelers, and we got Cincinnati coming in here, and we've got to win those games to stay on top.
The home game against the Arizona Cardinals provided you guys, Wink, a chance to see how you were going to handle, and this isn't talked about enough, the home atmosphere is a challenge for the home defense. Give us a sense of when that crowd's rocking, what it does to help you, but also maybe challenge you at times.
Well, it helps us because offenses work off cadence, off of whatever, movement, silent motions, all that stuff, and you've got to get all that in within a certain amount of time or you have a penalty. But our fans are so great that they can create a noise to where people can't hear for the offense. But then that hurts us on defense because you have to communicate even that much more. And you have to make that much more to attention to detail and execution. So, I mean, that definitely allows us to focus in and hone in, but it could be very tough to hear, so you have to communicate that much better.
And how do you guys build that level of, I would imagine in those cases, that nonverbal? I mean, across the line, you have some continuity there, but I know at the linebacker position, the back end, still new faces, getting to know each other's tendencies. Where are you guys in that process?
It's a lot of repetition. I mean, we got new guys, new positions. I mean, just new players coming into bigger roles. So you have to rep it, keep repping it until it comes natural and it comes easy. And that's for everybody. You have to just relay the messages everywhere, like a echo.
Sis moves on, obviously CJ moves on. The pass rush, it was a hot button issue for us that love to talk about the league and this team. And through these first 3 games, the QB hit number, you guys are right at the top of the league in that department. What's it say about what you've been able to build with this year's version of this line and this front?
I would say that's a testament to, the players that's come up into those bigger roles. I mean, you see Sis leaving, you see guys like that leaving, and them coming up into their role and saying, hey, I got to be that guy now. For them, it's the accountability for them that they have to play as hard as they can, not technically being another player, being Sis or whatever, but being the best self that they can be and playing the play as hard as they can and executing. And that's a testament to the coaches of getting us prepared and ready to actually execute those plays.
Let's talk Browns. I know you guys are a prideful group. You mentioned it, Kings of the North, based off of what you did last year. Man, there was a lot of talk about Cleveland this offseason for good reason. I mean, they bring in some high-caliber players. How do you relish this opportunity to take on a team that, in a game that is going to have a lot of the football world watching?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is keep it simple, keep it football, and just keep grinding and keep pounding away. I mean, all you got to do is literally just keep it focused. Like, keep your execution where it is, keep your communications up, and we have to worry about what we do. We can't worry about who the Cleveland Browns are. We have to worry about who the Ravens are and who we are and who we're going to put on, what we're going to put on TV. So who are the fans going to see the Ravens going to be, especially at home in the divisional game? Just, it's going to be a good football Sunday.
Always good to chop it up with you, Brandon. Thanks for the time.
It's been a pleasure.
If the Ravens can get a win on Sunday and finish the first quarter of the season 3-1, it'll go a long way in the team's quest to repeat as Kings of the North. Coming up next on Ravens Report, the Ravens fell behind in the first half but fought back to give the high-flying Chiefs a scare last week. We travel back to Arrowhead and go all access to an early season AFC showdown. Welcome back to Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. Last week's game against the Chiefs was billed as a matchup of two of the best teams in the NFL. And even though the Ravens lost, it was a great learning experience for a young team playing in a hostile environment. Safety Earl Thomas said the Ravens will see the Chiefs again in the postseason. And if they do, the lessons learned during Sunday's game will be invaluable. Let's travel back to KC and go all access to a matchup of two of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL.
Arrowhead Stadium, it was a deluge earlier today. The rain has subsided. The tarp is off the field. The two hottest young quarterbacks in the NFL, showdown for a throwdown. Lamar Jackson versus Pat Mahomes for a second year in a row today in Kansas City.
Every single Sunday starts with us. Get it in your minds, go to work. Nothing needs to be said about this game. If you can't get up for this game, get out of here. Let's go. Let's go. Up front on 3, 1, 2, 3.
This is a game where the coaches are going to work as hard as the players because it's going to be constant cat-mouse adjustment. Under pressure, sack back at the 48-yard line. Give us to Ingram straight up, big hole, touchdown Ravens.
Y'all did that. That's y'all.
Long game, Junior, long game.
Spins in, touchdown Lamar Jackson. The Chiefs take advantage of the moment and will win it by 5.
We're going to see him again. When we see him down the line, we're going to have it.
Don't have no sympathy. Don't have no remorse.
60 minutes playing Ravens football, playing together. We them dogs. Let's prove it, man. Let's go.
Under pressure, sack back at the 48-yard line. The Ravens brought pressure on the edge, and Pat Mahomes could not escape this one, and the punt team will have to come on for Kansas City.
I take that one. All right, let's go get it, though. Let's go get it, though. Here we go. Here we go.
What do you do here? It's 4th and going to be 2, and no hesitation from John Harbaugh to go for it.
It wasn't a field position game. It was a possession game. And making the most of each possession was what counted, and that's what we were attempting to do, and for the most part, we did a really good job of it.
Jackson takes the snap of the shotgun, looking to the end zone, pocket collapsing. He runs to his left, he tucks, he runs, he's to the 5, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Ravens. Give us to Ingram straight up, big hole, touchdown Ravens. Mark Ingram, and the Ravens strike first in Kansas City.
There you go. Nice job. Right.
Way to grind.
That's y'all, man. Y'all did that. Y'all did that. That's y'all. Y'all did that.
Give us to LaShawn McCoy, left side, he's in for the touchdown. For the first time this season, the Ravens find themselves playing from behind as Kansas City has now taken the lead. Makes the handoff, under pressure, lobs to the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. A spectacular one-hand grab by DeMarcus Robinson, and the Chiefs extend their lead.
We come here to win, regardless of what is given the ranks to them outside. We feel like we can win every game we go out there, and that's what we want to do. That's how we practice. That's how we prepare to win the game. So we didn't do that today. So that we came up short.
I don't care.
playing football. We're playing football. The score is irrelevant.
Comes in motion to the left, gives to Ingram, sweeping to the right. Nice hole. 15, 10, 5. Mark Ingram stiff arms a man in for the touchdown. Mark Ingram caps the Ravens' opening drive in the third quarter with the touchdown.
Hey, great job, O-line. Nice job. Hey, great job, y'all. Hey, nice job, all of y'all. Hey, series of events, man. Long game, Junior, long game.
The offense has come back to life here in the second half, after trailing 23-6 at the break. It is now 30-22. Lamar Jackson chased from the pocket, running to his right. He'll tuck at the 10. He's at the 5. Sidesteps a man at the 3. Spins in. Touchdown, Lamar Jackson. An unbelievable athletic display, and the Ravens are now one score away from tying it up.
No question in my mind that we still can accomplish our goals. We still can get right where we want to get to. And the fight, bro, it's in us. That's who we are. We're not going to never give up. Man, the way Mark ran that ball today, that really energizes, especially when they got it going, him and Gus. Lamar with the juking everybody and scoring and showing everybody how great he is. We just got to be consistent on both sides of the ball.
We didn't do what we needed to do, but hey, like I said, we got a division game next week against the Cleveland Browns. Our main focus is being 1-0 in the division.
The Ravens knew defeating Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs at Arrowhead was going to be a tough task. But the team learned what it's capable of in the second half when they outscored the Chiefs 22-10. Coming up next on Ravens Report, despite Sunday's loss, Ravens players, coaches, and staff were out in the Baltimore community on Monday participating in the Ravens Huddle for 100.
Got loud as hell, great environment, and it kind of just got to us.
When people talk about the home field advantage, they're mostly blowing smoke. But for us, we're bringing straight fire. Because in this city, we're not good at quiet. We're that maddening kind of loud.
Coming into Baltimore Stadium was coming into an outside insane asylum.
Shake the concrete loud. We're the person everyone looks at and asks, who brought the loudmouth? And we do it over and over and over again because causing chaos is our calling card. Losing our voices is a fair trade for a false start. And loud as hell is just our starting point.
Welcome back to Ravens Report. I'm Erin Hawksworth. To help celebrate the NFL's 100th season on Monday, the Ravens hosted its Huddle for 100, a full day dedicated to community service. The Ravens' call to action called for participants to dedicate 100 minutes of community service with the goal of accumulating 100 million volunteer minutes among NFL fans. So more than 25,000 community members joined the Ravens organization to help generate over 3.3 million minutes of volunteer service throughout the Baltimore community.
So today is the Ravens Huddle for 100 Day. We were challenged by the NFL to come up with an opportunity for people to volunteer and help cultivate volunteer minutes with the goal of getting 100 million minutes across the NFL. So the Ravens, we've really stepped up to take this on head first, and we have today over 50 events happening all over Maryland. And all in all, we have over 25,000 people out volunteering today on behalf of Ravens Huddle for 100 and the call to action that we've helped to initiate around our community.
The Ravens do an excellent job from the top down of giving us, the players, and all the members of our organization the opportunity to come out and help serve our community. The kids that will benefit from this bookmobile showing up at their school, helping them build their home libraries. You know, we're helping kids just get books in their hands, and that's a really big deal.
Just building those relationships, and these people here and everything they do, they helping so many people throughout the community that don't have. We have so much, and we've been given and so blessed that it's really a no-brainer that when you had the opportunity and you had the time to give back, that you do.
How y'all doing? I'm Willie Snee. I'm here with Lamar Jackson. We're here for the Huddle 100. We're out here at Webster Kendrick, and we're here to check out the facility, have a good time with the kids, and just give back to the community like we can.
Well, I'm stronger than you.
You stronger than me? Nah, I just worked out. I'm feeling pretty strong right now.
I don't have to work out to be strong.
Oh,
I just get it from
more power to you, girl.
It's always good to give back. Always good to go out in communities, show your face, show love to the fans because they always down with support. No matter if we win or lose, and I love it. Have it on the field, have it off the field, and today we had it off the field.
What y'all about to learn?
That's hard.
Art today? I loved art. I was really good at art when I was a little kid.
Go Ravens!
We are about to dive into the second grade classroom with a rookie teacher, and we are about to have a lot of fun reading a book about football.
And this is Mo right here. Does he look sad that he's the smallest person? No. Come on, let's give him one more cheer.
What I got from the book was the same thing you all got, but the big message I think is you can be whatever you want to be in this world, whatever your dream is. I want to be a doctor when I was your age. I just so happened was able to become a football player, all right? So whatever you think you want to be when you get older, you dream it, you try, you work every day to try to be that profession, be that person, all right? Can we all do that?
This is definitely one of the biggest days that we've had in the history of our organization, and I think that it just says so much about the fact that we've never stopped before. We've always been a part of our community, and we've always prioritized giving back. But we're not slowing down either, and we're going to continue to do everything that we can to make our community one of the best that it can be, because we know how great it is. And today, we're just telling the whole world about it, and we're excited about that.
Say, go Ravens!
Go Ravens!
The Ravens Huddle for 100 showed what is possible when we all come together with the goal of making a difference in our community. Still to come on Ravens Report, we sit down with head coach John Harbaugh and preview Sunday's AFC North matchup against the Browns. Welcome back to Ravens Report. I'm Erin Hawksworth. This week marks the Ravens' first game inside the AFC North. Now, the last time Cleveland came to Baltimore, the Ravens won a Week 17 thriller, and the team is hoping for another big AFC North win on Sunday. Under John Harbaugh, the Ravens are 10-1 against the Browns at home. That's a trend they hope continues Sunday. Here's Garrett Downing with Coach Harbaugh.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for joining us this week. I know you just sang happy birthday to O.J. Brigance, 50. He's going to be 50 years old on Sunday. How special is he in this building? And I mean, he's just such a great motivator.
Just incredibly special. He always has a message for the team. He's with us every day. He talks to the players, has relationships with all of us. But he had a great message for the team. He talked about tests, tests in life. And without tests, there are no testimonies. One time I'd asked him, what about his situation, with ALS? And he said, Harbs, I was always very proud of my physical strength. It mattered to me, and God's taken me through this to show me that there's a bigger strength. I think we have a big plan on Sunday, because that's his birthday, that's his 50th, to sing happy birthday at some point in time during the game, right?
Any chance we get you singing happy birthday?
Well, I don't care. I'm a little flat. I will be singing, absolutely, just not with a microphone. How's that?
That sounds good.
But we'll get somebody leading the charge who's got a microphone. Well, the band will probably do it. The band will probably strike it up.
I think you do an okay job, but the band probably does a little bit better.
That's probably a better idea. But that'll be fun.
Coach, you want to talk about tests? You got an AFC North test on Sunday. What changes when you go into a game knowing it's one of these AFC North rivals, which, by the way, 3 in a row coming up here?
Well, that's what it is. I mean, this is our division. This is a division rival that we've always had tough games with. We have great respect for the Browns. We have great respect for their team, their organization. Obviously, we've been in great games with them last year. All these same players were there last year for the most part. They added players. It's an AFC North battle. It's our first one this year, and we're hoping to do our best.
During the offseason, whenever I would turn on ESPN or NFL Network, it seemed like the Browns were a big discussion point. There's a lot of hype. They added some great players. When you go into a game like this and you're actually playing them, you get a chance to do it on the field, does that stuff factor into the motivation at all?
No, it's a football game at this point. You know, it's all that stuff is it's what it is. It's fun. The fans are involved with it. It's just part of what makes the NFL so exciting and so great. People talk about it, and the Browns, have an exciting young team, so they're going to get talked about. That's great. It's the way it should be. And then we play the games on Sunday, and those are the games. It's different. So the conversation now is about, how can we deal with the weapons and the schemes and the stuff that they bring to us and try to put a good game plan out there and then try to put our best foot forward on Sunday.
Something else that's going to be part of your game plan, I'm sure, is Mark Ingram. He's a big part of this offense, and we saw that on Sunday, 3 touchdowns. How impressed have you been with what he's brought to this team?
Yeah, I mean, he's us. He's a Raven.
He looks like he's been a Raven all the
He's been here for 3 games in an off season, and he's a full-blooded, 100%, purple-blooded Raven. And that's what we love his style of play. He fits us, and he's been great for the young backs too. I think they kind of learn a lot from him and can emulate his style a little bit too.
Excellent. Well, Coach, thanks so much. We look forward to seeing you sing on Sunday. Singing to OJ in the game, and then we're just looking forward to that. So thanks so much. Good luck against the Browns.
Appreciate it.
If the Ravens get a win on Sunday, it's a safe bet that running back Mark Ingram and the Ravens' rushing attack will be key to the team's victory. Ingram ranks in the top 5 in total yards for running backs and leads all rushers with 5 touchdowns this season. We can't wait for Sunday and need M&T Bank Stadium to be loud in order to make it tough on Baker Mayfield and the Browns. So remember, every decibel counts. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week on Ravens Report.